Here's the Australian-born punter Mitch Wishnowsky to get things going.
And we are underway from Santa Clara.
And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And his first look is incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and that'll bring up second down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now it's Wilson. They'll run the screen with Carson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
Wilson to Metcalf that time. First down, Seattle.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end, and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They run it with Carson. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
They'll try to run with Carson. And Carson unable to make it to the yellow line as the defense bottles him up. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
A very early decision to be made here.
There is, and I think that because they're the home team, I would ride that wave a little bit, and I would gamble and go for it. Doesn't seem like it's optimal, but you're the home team. You'll get the support of the crowd all game long. Go get it right now. Put 6 on the board.
Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. In his own end zone, it's Garoppolo. And his throw is incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
2nd and 10. Now a handoff, Sermon.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, here's Sermon.
And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7.
Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And a fair catch is called for. He will take it in to give his guys some excellent field position here. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. On first down, Wilson. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. They'll run on first down. It's Carson. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll check in with our Jonathan Coachman. He'll have highlights and analysis of the first half, and our highlights will likely be on the defensive side of the football here. Scoreless game. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 15-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
This is caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. Chris Carson, a 15-yard touchdown grab, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers heading back out. Charles, one of 3 teams who have yet to play a home game this year, not counting the Saints in their situation. But like the Denver Broncos and the Niners, they are 2-0 to start 2021. They got by the Eagles in Week 2, 17-11 the final score. This was a game really devoid of a lot of intrigue, but the Niners, they did what they had to do to pull it out. So 2 road wins to begin the year. Great start to the season.
And sometimes those are the games that really pull a team together. You know, when you just have to grind it out and you find a way to win on the road and you don't have your best stuff, then you can go ahead and feel like, hey, we've got a pretty good team, because when we play at our best, we might actually blow teams away. 2 very different games in the first 2. Shootout in Detroit. This one, a little more like a 1960s-era slugfest. The tough part for San Francisco is who's going to carry the ball moving forward. They've had a bunch of injuries, Brandon.
Coming up now, they finally get their home opener Week 3. It's a Sunday nighter against Green Bay, followed by another home game versus Seattle. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
56, Mike, 56 right.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Drops this underneath, it's Mitchell. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
The 49ers moving hastily. They're scurrying to the line. Got a man, that's Ayuk. And that'll wind up moving the chains again, as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 36. Garoppolo to Ayuk, first down 49ers. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Brandon Ayuk, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Mike, 54. Mike, 54. We're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo.
He looks for Ayuk again. This time he's got it.
And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
The 49ers traded up to snag Brandon Ayuk at pick 25 in the 2020 draft out of Arizona State. He was in and out of the lineup a little bit in his rookie year. Only played in 12 games, but was awfully productive when he was out there with 60 catches. And there's another one, this time for a first down.
So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points, and now, as you said, they got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
Seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. This is DJ Reed returning. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We saw a strong first half. Out of quarterback, Russell Wilson. First up, though, let's run through the next-gen stats for the Seahawks in that first half. And even though they've got the lead, they're likely going over ways they can improve the running game, as they didn't find a whole lot of success in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Niners, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football, and they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Well, Charles, looking back to week 2 in the NFL, boy, some quarterback injuries all over the place. Tua for Miami goes down. Indianapolis' Carson Wentz. Tyrod Taylor in Houston. Andy Dalton for the Bears all leave their games with injuries. Even Baker Mayfield had to play through one. Of all of those guys in all those injury situations, which one are you keeping your eye on most?
Well, can I use 2? In fact, I'm going to use 2. Thanks for the...
Now the ball comes loose, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave them a comfortable lead.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Takes it at the 7. And he won't quite make it to the 25. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. Going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. And they'll run with Sermon to begin the drive. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
On 2nd down now, it's Mitchell. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, 69 yards. And the 49ers are back within a score. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible. Garoppolo looking to throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet and said, go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa Bay offense set to go again. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Tyler Lockett was the target there, but it's going to be second down.
Well, Charles, switching gears here, through 2 weeks of the NFL season, only 7 unbeaten teams remain, only 2 in the AFC. If you look at the full list in the AFC, it's Denver and Las Vegas. Over on the other side, Carolina, Tampa Bay, Arizona, the LA Rams, and San Francisco in the NFC. Of that crew, anybody really jump out at you?
Absolutely, it's Las Vegas. And Denver, obviously, undefeated as well. Very impressive. But they beat the Giants in Jacksonville. Las Vegas beat Baltimore at home and went on the road and beat Pittsburgh. That's really impressive. And then the NFC side, how about Arizona? Another big win this week. Kyler Murray keeps getting better and better at quarterback and beat Minnesota at home, getting off to a 2-0 start in the NFC West. That's absolutely huge.
That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Wilson now off the bootleg. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over it, and they got there to break that one up.
Good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. Second and 10. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll try the left side. Carson, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now here's Michael Dixon, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this is a beauty, as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. Second and 9. Wilson. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. Hasn't been his best afternoon on the ground, far from it, but a critical 3rd down conversion.
His afternoon just got better. All right, you're exactly right. It hasn't been his best in terms of yardage, but that run there, that's the one your teammates look to you and go, okay, that's what we want from you. That's what we need. Now they have a chance to keep moving forward and a chance to win the game.
Here's Carson. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. On second down, it's Carson, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring it up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They run for it with Carson. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First, on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop them. I like the confidence he showed.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Garoppolo now. Pass complete, Samuel. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Finding Samuel. Garoppolo able to find Samuel there for a Niners first down.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Garoppolo to throw. It's caught. Mitchell. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Nothing open downfield. They went underneath.
Yeah, see if you can get it to your running back. See if you can make someone miss in the open field.
Garoppolo hustling him back to the line now. To throw is Garoppolo. Pass incomplete. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Back to throw, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run for it. Sermon. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Well, certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They run again with Carson. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
Yeah, baby.
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Now Wilson. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So the victory here for Seattle, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through, and they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.